I want to talk to you about our DDM4 V7. This lightweight modular rifle would make a perfect addition to anybody's gun safe. This rifle comes in just over 6 pounds, which makes it extremely maneuverable and easy to move around barriers. Also, if you're out shooting all day, it's not extremely heavy. It's also going to come standard with Daniel Defense rubber overmolded furniture, which is extremely comfortable. Overall, the DDM4 V7 is a perfect rifle for anybody, from beginning shooters all the way up to the pros.
Their ad there from Daniel Defense, which makes the DDM4V7 rifle, showing off its features, its accessibility, how easy it is, how light it is, how easy it is to run around, use that weapon to fire on your targets in immediate, quick range. In fact, that particular gun was the one that the gunman down in Uvalde who killed 21 folks in the school shooting back in May used, actually posted a receipt of his brand new Daniel Defense weapon. That might be the reason why the CEO of Daniel Defense, his name is Marty Daniel. He had to testify in front of the House Oversight Committee as they were debating these problems. Now, he had a back and forth exchange with Representative Raja Krishnamurthy. I want you guys to take a look at this back and forth about their marketing strategy, specifically in this ad that they posted on Twitter. Watch this insanity.
This tweet says, it's actually from March 2nd, depicting the Delta 5 Pro precision rifle. Your post reads, quote, "rooftop ready, even at midnight." Then a smiley face emoji follows that statement. Mr. Daniel, this is what your tweet says, correct?
Yes, that's correct, sir.
And the tweet shows what appears to be a night vision gun scope trained on a parked car at street level. Mr. Daniel, this tweet is not depicting anyone hunting for wildlife, is it?
No, sir.
And it's not depicting anyone acting in self-defense against someone attacking them, correct?
That remains in the eye of the viewer, sir.
I don't see anyone attacking somebody here.
Apparently, posed on the top of a rooftop with a sniper rifle that has a scope that can fire upon a car. It's all depicted in that ad from Daniel Defense. And as he's asked about it, I guess the potential of that person on the rooftop by themselves at midnight, the way that that ad proposes this scenario to be, I mean, that's in the eyes of the viewer, whether or not they're a threat on top of that roof. But if we keep telling them that there's a threat coming towards them, they'll always feel that there's a threat. It's on the horizon for them. Now, by the way, Krishnamurthy, the representative there, was talking about, and he actually connected, as everyone's thinking there, rooftop shooters. You're advertising for rooftop shooters? He explains further there.
Mr. Daniel, this advertisement appears to depict premeditated violence or murder from a rooftop. As you know, the Highland Park shooter in Illinois rained down bullets from a rooftop. 8-year-old Cooper Roberts was paralyzed from the waist down when he was shot from a rooftop, Mr. Daniel. 2-year-old Aiden McCarthy was orphaned when both of his parents were murdered when they were shot from a rooftop. Sir, this tweet appears to suggest a planned murder, and I would respectfully ask authorities and law enforcement to see whether this particular advertisement is even legal.
If it's even legal, because it seems to be creating a scenario of the best way you can use their weapons to murder people. Dan, there's a lot more that came from Daniel Defense from back in May when one particular Twitter user exposed a lot of their marketing strategies. But first, get your thoughts on this back and forth exchange.
Yeah, I got to put some respect back on the Daniel name here because this man is disgusting. No, I am very glad here. You know, Congress isn't always doing great things. You don't often get good clips out of Congress. There are some Congress clips you can pick from this past week that are pretty terrible. But I like this because we need to constantly get at the real motivation behind not just the gun manufacturers, but the people who are putting them in, who are making the money by buying these weapons. The gun manufacturers know who they're advertising to. They're not advertising to hunters. They're advertising to people with deranged fantasies of shooting people, of killing people. They say it's under the guise of defense or, protect my family or to protect my property or whatever. But this is an offensive move. You're usually moving backwards from people who are kind of coming to attack you. So if it's a defensive weapon, you demonstrate that kind of mechanism. But no, he's talking about this like, hey, I'm in a field right now. I'm in a urban war environment, basically practicing with some tires. Just because defense is in the name, let's make this clear what he's doing. You can see it there in this video. We need to get at why we are advertising towards a mentality that is directly leading to mass shootings. You saw that, like the mass shooting killer in Uvalde used this weapon. So we need to be careful about how we're doing advertising in this country. And we need to be, as lawmakers, congressional people who are making these laws, need to bring the hammer down on what you can do for gun advertising. People in other countries already see how we advertise pharmaceutical drugs and things like that, and they're shocked. But I think if they started to see some of our gun advertisements, it's hard to get shocked by America, but this is some sickening stuff.
You're talking about the advertising and the marketing strategy. So really fast, I'm gonna go through this because Nick Suplina, back in May, a day after this shooting happened, and after that shooter used this particular weapon from this maker, he went through the multiple Twitter, an extensive Twitter thread about the marketing strategies for this company. Let's go to these tweets because it was devastating, and I'm not sure if more people have seen this. First, he tweeted this out. Daniel Defense is a Georgia-based gun manufacturer that specializes in AR platform weapons. Just 8 days before the attack, the company posted a picture of a young child holding one of its AR-15s. Note this caption that reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it," as you place a huge gun on your 2 to 3 year old's lap, because that's the way he should go. Next tweet from Nick. The Uvalde shooter brought a Daniel Defense DD-M4V7 rifle and reportedly wore a plate carrier, just like Daniel Defense advertised hours before the shooting. This is how you can run up into a place and fire among folks and have an entire police force wait outside afraid. It worked. Next. And they've admitted that mass shootings are key to their profits and sales. Now read this back and forth that they did post also, because this is from Daniel Defense CEO, again, Marty Daniel, after the Sandy Hook shooting, and this is via Forbes. Adams asks him, why were your sales up in 2013 and down in 2014? Daniel says, the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in 2012 drove a lot of sales. That was a horrible event, and we don't use those kinds of terrible things to drive sales. But when people see politicians start talking about gun control, they have this fear and they go out and buy guns. Think about that whole statement he made. We're not pushing it, but politicians push it, and then we make more money. After it dies down, our sales go down. Remember that, because it's not their fault, right? It's those politicians that keep telling constituents that they need to run and hide and hoard their guns because the Dems are coming for it. Politicians. Let's look at this next tweet from Nick Suplina. Surprising to no one, the owners of Daniel Defense are big time far right GOP donors. Those same politicians that he says, oh, they're always ramping up all of this. They're coming for your guns rhetoric, and then we make more money. It's almost like you support the people that do the thing that you said you're not doing. It's a nice roundabout way to be a part of the process and make your money and then somehow shed that responsibility. Here's another one. Daniel Defense is a proud NRA fundraiser, sponsor, and supporter. The company's CEO, Marty Daniel, and his wife even established their own Friends of NRA chapter. Here she is donating NRA money to a high school shooting team because they're making sure that future customers are primed, ready, and love this company. And when they're ready to get to start shooting and buying more weapons, I guess at 18 years old, days after turning that age, you can go ahead and purchase your weapon and do as you wish. Maybe get on a rooftop.